the white supremacists are responsible for the wars and all the destructions and poverty and impoverishment in Africa. The slave masters caused everything. They are the reason why people are suffering in Africa, especially in Nigeria. They are the reason why there are no good schools and good hospitals and bad roads. The colonial masters are responsible for all the evils and all the bad things happening in Nigeria. These and many more are the things some people say or believe in their heart or think in their heart, their opinion anyway. Now, let me ask this question. Something very simple. Is a case of a man who pays his children's school fees through the wife. This man goes out every day. He hardly had time, or he hardly has time for the children. So they barely see him. But he's responsible for the payment of the school fees. He's responsible for the payment of the house rent. He is responsible for their feeding, their clothing. But by the time he's back from work, the children, some of them would have gone to bed, and he's also tired. He doesn't even interact with them. They don't even speak to him. But in the mind of these children, they believe that the mother does everything because the mother pays the school fees, the mother buys everything at home, the mother runs the home. But they have no idea that the money comes from the father. Eventually, they turn around against the father to blame the father. But this is not about the father or the mother. Now let's take it one step further. Do you believe, or do you know, or did you know that in the United Kingdom, for example, some time ago, before a foreigner would be given a job, they must have checked round, advertised to make sure there is no qualified indigenous citizen or British citizen that is capable of doing that job before that job will be given to a foreigner who is not from the EU country. Now, what happens as a black person when you hear some British people, no disrespect, no disregard to anybody, when you hear some British people say things like, oh, foreigners come to the UK to take our job, how does that make you feel? Like they come to the UK to take our job, a job that was advertised, that they were qualified for. There was a guy that was interviewed just recently. He said something very funny and everybody was laughing. He said foreigners come to the UK to take their jobs. And this interviewer asked him, are you employed at the moment? He said no. So how about qualification? What qualification do you have? This was the interviewer asking the guy. And the guy said, they also take the qualifications. They've taken all the qualifications as well. What does that tell you? Now, before we begin to lay this kind of bogus allegation against people, we need to sit back introspectively, think about what we have to say, think about our opinion. You are accusing the colonial masters. You are accusing slave trade that happened like 400 years ago. Now, this is not me trying to validate slave trade or trying to validate the Colonial Masters Act and the role they played in the slavery. But we are talking about now, present tense. We are talking about Nigerian leaders that siphon millions and billions, which now lead to the impoverishment of the people. We are talking about people that take money out of the system to bank somewhere else, to build skyscrapers, to invest outside the country, making it possible or impossible rather for people to live a good life in their home country. I'm sure you must have seen all the killings going on in Benue, in Niger, in Enugu, in Kano, in Kaduna. How many white person have you seen taking somebody's life? No, I have not seen any. The killing that goes on in Mogadishu, in Somalia, in Congo, it is black between black. It is your brother killing his fellow brother, your brother killing his sisters, raping his mothers, cousins, and so on and so forth. It has absolutely nothing to do with whatever accusation you're laying on the West. No, it is an internal problem. It is an internal problem. Think about it. If the country is organized properly, I mean, things will be fine for everybody. The country is blessed. The continent is blessed with mineral resources. So all of this blame game of foreigners, do you know how much these people steal, as in loot, siphon, take abroad, bank abroad, enrich themselves in billions? And you're blaming colonial masters, blaming white supremacists. Come on. That is a joke. Think about it. I salute you as you think.